Your heart will beat roughly 3 billion times before it stops. And when it does, the rest of you doesn't get the memo right away. We think of death as a moment. A line, a breath in, then nothing. But physiology doesn't obey our poetry. The body is a machine of trillions of cells. And when the master switch flips off, the machinery doesn't all grind to a halt at once. Some parts keep going for minutes, hours, days, and some parts were never fully under your control to begin with. Welcome to the dark side of human physiology. These are the stories your body never tells you while you're alive to hear them. In 1905, a French doctor named Gabriel Blurrier stood in the courtyard of a prison and watched a man named Henri Languille be decapitated by guillotine. What Blurrier did next was not mercy. It was science. He picked up the severed head, looked directly into the eyes, and called the man's name. The eyelids slowly lifted. The pupils focused. The lips moved, as if trying to form a word. Blurrier recorded that this happened not once, but twice, over a span of roughly 25 to 30 seconds. The human brain consumes 20% of your body's energy. It is a fortress of electrical storms, and it hoards its fuel with terrifying efficiency. Even after the heart stops pumping, the brain doesn't immediately black out. There is a residual supply of oxygen and glucose in the cranial blood and tissue. For a window of time, some estimates say 7 seconds. Others suggest up to a minute. Consciousness may persist. Not life, not hope, just awareness. Trapped in a skull that is no longer receiving orders from the heart. Physiologically, the brain is the last organ to accept that the meeting has been adjourned. You have a second brain. It lives in your gut. Scientists call it the enteric nervous system. 2 thin layers of over 100 million neurons embedded in your gastrointestinal tract, from esophagus to anus. It can function entirely on its own, even if the vagus nerve connecting it to your skull brain is severed. It controls digestion, enzyme secretion, immune responses, and blood flow. It contains more neurons than the spinal cord. And here is the dark part. It doesn't need you to be alive to keep working. After clinical death, the enteric nervous system remains electrically active for hours. Your gut continues to contract. It continues to secrete acid. It tries to digest food that will never be absorbed. Meanwhile, the bacteria you spent your entire life feeding, roughly 39 trillion microbes, don't realize their landlord has left. They begin to eat the walls of the apartment. This process, called autolysis, is your body digesting itself from the inside out. The gut is usually the first place it begins. Your own enzymes, your own bacteria, turning your soft tissues into liquid, while your heart is already silent. You are, in a very real sense, eaten alive by your own residents. In 1880, a French neurologist, Jules Cotard, documented a patient who insisted she was dead. She told him her body was rotting. She claimed she had no blood, no organs, no soul. She refused to eat because food was for the living, and she was not among them.
Cotard named the condition after himself.